Peter, what's happening on Drunk and Demonic this week?
This week on Drunk and Demonic, we get drunk as fuck and we talk about the freak-offs getting leaked as Diddy has his day in court. Legs are found in a dumpster and a stripper girlfriend led to an arrest. Tom Segura's bad thoughts go viral on Netflix. Annabelle the doll takes a show on the road, and we still think we know what you did last summer. Was it Timothy Leary? What was that thing saying that he had? It was tune in, turn on, tune in, drop out. Oh my god, dude. You know who I'm talking about? Timothy Leary? Oh shit, I forgot.
Here we go. There it is.
Hey, here we go. Hey, cheers, bud.
Straight from the bottle, dude. Cheers.
I don't have a problem. You do. I don't have a problem with me having me a problem.
So have you ever gotten so drunk that you crawled into bed with your best friend's mom on accident on a beach trip?
No, that's literally, I don't even think anything has even come close to that.
Because that's a story I heard today.
And let me guess, they was drunk.
They was drunk.
As the devil.
They were explaining this person how he's a wild card. Like one time he got so drunk, they found him passed out next to his friend's mom.
Jenny's mom.
And they're like, "Oh, that's just blah 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 for you."
That's classic Gary. That's a classic Gary move.
So we're gonna call his name's gonna be Gary for the sake of the show. Yep. So
fucking Gary, man.
That shot was for you, Gary. So
love you, Gary. Keep it up. You give us stuff to talk about.
Well, hello everyone and Gary.
Are we going full Gary?
Going in to a beautifully bitching episode.
Ooh, I love the alliteration.
Of Drunk and Demonic. I am with you as always is Jamie.
And I'm Peter.
That is Peter. Ready to party.
Party Pete.
We got a nice little episode here planned for you. Like we love to, sit here and bitch about things and complain and talk about all the things we like, and why would this be any different? So why don't we
What?
I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm trying to read.
Oh, no. This is a problem. You're not allowed to, dude. We try not to have you read.
I know. I'm dyslexic. With that being said, why don't you tell me what you're drinking there, Peter?
You saw it. You saw it from the top. I'm
Jameson.
Just drinking Jameson.
That's it?
I have a Jameson and Coke and a Jameson shot. That's what I got.
Oh, cool, dude.
Yep.
Well, I had in my little cutie little shot.
It's that adorable little solo cup.
Isn't that fun? So I had a Pink Whitney shot.
Well, you giving birdie juice, dude?
I had some birdie juice because I didn't want to buy a whole bottle or of anything, and that happened to be on special. And I said, I could do some birdie juice.
Little shooters?
Yeah. And then right next to it were like a 12-pack of these for $1.99. I was like, I probably need these too.
Man, it's like they know their demographic.
Right next to them. On the way out, though, there was an entire bucket of Pink Whitney. So obviously I went to it and I just shook it to see what was inside. I'm like, is this mix or something? So I shook the thing, and I think
no, it's just
it's straight
just
up a
shooters.
Bucket. No, liquid.
No,
it's a straight bucket of Pink Whitney.
The Whitney bucket.
The Whitner buckets.
Wow, that's pretty ridiculous.
New Amsterdam's finest.
It's pretty fucking good though, dude.
So I kept my.
I love birdie juice.
I don't know if we've talked about birdie juice being from Ryan Whitney.
Yep.
The used to be professional hockey player.
Now professional commentator / podcaster.
Yes. And my next item I have is called Garage Beer with a hint of lime.
What is it?
It's a light lager called it's Garage Beer.
Is this a Philly thing?
It is a Philly thing.
Okay.
I don't know who knows, but I'm no longer in Steamboat, as you can see from us being in different places, but
he's not here.
I'm currently in Philadelphia. But this is made, I'm not going to say it's made by, but it is definitely owned by Philadelphia's finest, Jason Kelsey.
Really? Good for him.
Yeah, he's doing all right. Yeah, it's just a garage beer because it says the garage is always open and you know you're always welcome.
Look at that. Yep. I tried the Casey. Oh, it's both of them. Both Jason and Travis. It's their company.
Travis owns this? Bummer.
Yep. Thoughts on Kelsey Bros Garage Beer?
It's not bad. This is the hint of lime one.
I don't love that it's just called hint of lime. It reminds me of like Tostitos.
It's not called that. It's called Classic Small Batch Brewed Lime Beer.
Okay. You know what? I'm not going to hate on it. I'm sure it's fantastic.
Well, it's not like if you go to like all these other craft breweries or microbrews and they have like their Mexican lagers that just fill up the butt with salt or lime in their Mexican lager.
Okay. No effing up the butts at all.
Nothing at all. This is like a little hint. So it's nice.
Do they have a brewery?
And I just says small batch, so I'm assuming somewhere, probably like
Okay.
Anheuser-Busch or something. It's not cheap.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's not surprising.
Yeah, I elected to get 2 of these big ones because I don't want to buy an entire 15 pack. But
Well,
here they are.
anyways, if you're wondering what my review of Jameson is, it's as delicious as it always has been.
That's great.
Yeah. Sweet, dude. Well, any other sponsors you got? You've got
That's it.
your shots of Pink Whitney. You got your garage beers, which I'm a big fan. I like the name. I'm not going to lie.
It's a great
It's
name.
relaxed. It's a relaxed name, and I like that.
I love to drink beer in the garage.
It's just relaxing. I think the name makes me more relaxed than just everything else does.
I think the only thing that makes me not relax is the fact that I can't afford a place with a garage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
but you can garage in your mind when you're drinking garage beer.
It's true. I'll get there. One day
Find your happy place.
And when I do have a garage beers.
Garage beers all day.
Up in the chat.
Yep. Get up in the chat. Thank you, Kelsey Bros.
Brothers. Please sponsor us with garage beers for when I get a garage.
Yep. We love you guys.
But I'm not in love with you.
Yep.
You got any updates?
He said it. So I have one update. The Menendez. So I've talked about the Menendez brothers so much that I hope this is the last time I have to fucking do anything about the Menendez brothers.
Doubt it.
You're actually right, because the Menendez brothers have actually now been resentenced. And through their resentencing, they are now eligible for parole, which means that they can leave if they pass a parole board inspection. Hopefully the last one we do is them getting released, because if they don't get released, then we have to keep covering it, because then they're going to reapply and stuff like that, because now that their sentence has been reduced, they have time served, they are eligible, whereas before they were not eligible ever to be released. Now they are, and I still think they're pieces of shit, but they have spent 35 years in jail or something like that.
Tell us how you really feel.
Maybe it's 25. I can't remember, but it's been a long time.
They give me hope, Peter.
Do they?
Yeah.
Hope for what?
Well, because maybe I, too, could murder my parents, and as long as enough girls on TikTok decide to have my back, that I, too, could be up for parole.
Well, that
was pretty shitty.
It's funny you mentioned that.
It's just a joke.
Because the other update that we have is that, so did you see that 50 Cent made a response video about people that are standing outside the Diddy trial?
No.
And they're wearing shirts that say free Diddy and stuff like that. And so I think that that's the other update. And I think that you were going to take this one, but the TikTok phenomenon can't be influencing legal proceedings, right?
Yes, it can.
But why?
I don't know, because that's where most people get their information.
Okay. Well, what information have you gotten?
You haven't heard anything that happened today?
I did not pay attention today. As of today, do we need to mention what day it is so that people know where we're at? I don't think it matters.
We can.
What happened today?
So hold on to your butt. I keep talking about butts a lot. And
Okay.
P. Diddy's attorney didn't want to play it or anything. And then the judge decided, yes, let's hear this.
Wait, the defense brought it? Meaning Diddy's lawyer brought it?
No, the other one. I'm sorry. What's not the
prosecution?
Defense. Prosecution. Okay. Sorry, I'm stupid. I'm just a pretty face. So the prosecution goes, okay, once they're approved to play this, they go, what you're about to hear is a confession from Prince.
I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
But your mic, I think you're maybe either too close to it or something. I'm getting a lot of feedback in my headphones.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
So where were we?
So the defense,
So the prosecution brings this evidence and goes, what you're about to hear is one of the final recordings of Prince.
Okay.
And so they play it, and it's Prince saying, if you're hearing this, that I'm dead, I've moved on, please pass this to the police or to someone to hear. And it goes on to say that he had went to parties in New York that P. Diddy hosted, in Miami. And he claims that he said saw multiple people go into locked doors. He said there was locked doors everywhere. He said he saw a whole bunch of people that he could tell that were new to the business, just being over offered alcohol and pills the whole time. You could tell that there was something up. He goes, and I was always afraid to bring anything up because I knew they knew the right people, and I knew I would die. It's so anything happens to me, this is why.
Really? And this is an audio recording?
This is an audio recording that they played at the trial.
This isn't an AI generated thing that they...
It could be.
Okay.
Because
interesting. So it's not a video though. It's not extracted video or extracted audio or something.
They just show it's a video that I saw on TikTok.
Okay.
So we don't know 100% if it's real. If that's real, it's insane. We can
That's
look it
pretty
over there,
fucking
dude.
crazy.
So yeah, maybe this is. I didn't even think about this being just clickbait until now.
You think this is all fake?
Now maybe.
I didn't mean to like make you second guess yourself here.
Are the rumors about Prince and P Diddy true?
You're looking into it now?
Yeah,
Okay. What does it say? What do you got?
nothing. It's just a story about it, and it says
Okay.
that we don't know.
Okay.
We'll
Well,
find out. Either this is
unless we're
gonna
watching legitimate court footage, which who has the time for that? Unless you're like a true crime reporter that like gets paid to do this, then
Well, I
like
don't think you're allowed.
who's gonna
in.
know those things?
You're not going to be
What?
allowed there, right?
Is it a sealed session?
Yeah, it's all paintings. Like you don't get any videos of it.
I forgot about that. They are not allowing media. They're allowing media access, but only reporters. There is no video or photo in the courtroom.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
So we don't know.
Okay. That's really interesting.
That is interesting.
I forgot that they had that order that somehow was sent through.
That's why you can't get any pictures at all of anything.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
So that's all I have for that. That's what I heard today. And
I think those are big if true. Let's just call it that.
If not, TikTok got me again.
TikTok fucking got you, dude. But we don't know. We don't know. So in other news, have you heard about this story of Lorrie and Jack Potter?
No. Please fill me in.
Okay. So
I might have, but I might have been like just another.
We're gonna jump in the time machine and go back like it's Wayne's World. Okay, so it's October 2003, and a maintenance worker doing his job, he finds like this pair of he finds a pair of human legs in a trash can, and like not Sunday. Like doll legs, like human legs. And so the police are called, and they like spend a significant part of a year trying to figure out who like they're Jane Doe's legs, and the body like pretty much. They can't figure out who did it or like whose legs these are. And then all of a sudden, the case goes cold. It gets officially put into a cold case unit. So we're going to kind of bounce around on the timeline a little bit here. But around the same time, this woman, Lorrie Potter in Temecula, California, vanishes, right? She's not ever reported missing though, because her husband, Jack Potter, claims that she ran away and has abandoned her family, meaning him as well as her like immediate sisters, mom, that kind of stuff, as well as I think it's like a 12-year-old son at this point. So after this, we're going to go and kind of speed through some things. But after Laura's disappearance, Jack uses her identity to open multiple credit card accounts. He makes these like crazy extravagant purchases, including a brand new pickup truck, a Hummer SUV. This is around when Hummers were super popular, like 2007 or something like that. So we're like 4 years or so after this.
Okay.
And a water ski boat. And Potter had become involved with this woman that he had met at a strip club, also named Lorrie. And he gave her the Hummer. So it was her Hummer. And she got this water ski boat to go out with all of her stripper friends. I think so. Oh, dude, that's a good one, dude. It's symbolic, dude. It's a symbolic gift.
Dad jokes all day.
All of this is used on like Lorrie's credit card, right? He also gives her, and like she gets a credit card that has a $30,000 per month limit on it. This stripper girlfriend.
Like, who could buy a water ski on a credit card?
I don't exactly know. At some point, also along the way, Jack forges all of these documents, and the two get divorced. Family has tried reaching out to Lorrie, and no one can get a hold of her. The son has explained to his dad hey, where is she? I really wish I could get in touch with mom. And he's like, no, she abandoned us and she doesn't want to talk to you, kind of thing. There's a lot of and I don't exactly know how the divorce was even able to happen, but he makes a ton of money selling their house. And because he set up the divorce, he gave himself the house in the divorce, and she didn't get any. I don't exactly know the details of it, but it's super fucked up. I think I was gonna maybe create a segment where we have the piece of shit of the month award, and this guy definitely gets the piece of shit award. Definitely one of the worst stories I've heard. Yep. So anyways, 2020, the cold case unit looks back into this case. If you remember, around 2020 is when the Golden State Killer and this forensic genealogy stuff starts to take hold. And they are able to identify Lorrie by taking the DNA they find on these legs and tracing it back to the nearest blood relative, which is her son. So police speak with her son, and he's I think 20 something at this time, and consents to give his DNA because they're like, hey, we think we may need your DNA in solving a cold case murder. He doesn't know, But at the time, he's like, oh, that's really interesting. Yeah, I'd love to help. In fact, my mom disappeared like 15 years ago. No one's ever heard of her since. And like, does that have anything to do with this? And they're like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, yeah, my dad said that she just abandoned us. But I've been trying to get a hold of her for the last, however, how long. And they're like, oh, this is definitely like the person we need to get a hold of. So they test the DNA from the son, and it's like, obviously the exact genetic match that they're looking for. And so then police get that match and they start to examine, well, okay, now they have their actual victim. Who could have done this? And they like don't have to look very hard because Jack is there and he's like, hey, we have this guy who is not only like opening lines of credit in this woman's name and all this other stuff, but like at the same time, like he's telling family and friends that like she's just abandoned us and like she's not supposed to like be dead, but she's just out living her own life and doing her own thing. So in 2021, is arrested and definitely charged with, he's charged with first-degree murder. In February 2025, Jack pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 15 years to life in California State Prison. So
How did he get second-degree murder?
I don't exactly know. I think it's probably, there's so much evidence against him.
Like
I don't know how he would have pled
like
out to something like that.
Like he accidentally killed her?
No, he's saying that it was like a fit of passion kind of thing, and he admitted to smothering her. So I don't exactly know.
I could only come if I'm trying to kill my wife kind of thing.
He's such a piece of shit. No, I don't think so, because he had known this other stripper before this incident. They traced it back and he was buying her things before this happened. And then afterwards he like got the credit cards in her name and all this stuff and like pretty much built like a full like fake identity with her. So yeah, I don't know. He's such a piece of shit. He like claimed that like I definitely made a mistake a long time ago and I let my emotions get the best of me. But he did lie and like tell his kid that like his mom abandoned him and then open credit cards and all these other things for, like the next like 17 years or something like that. I don't even longer. I guess we're even over 20 years now. Mm-hmm. But by the time he got caught, it was like 17 years or something like that.
Year,
yeah. Yep. Yep, definitely piece of shit of the year award. I think he's in the running. I think he's in the running for piece of shit of the year, but definitely takes the cake for the month. I don't remember what we talked about in our first episode exactly, but I think he's going to oust all of those guys.
Well, I feel like
Diddy's pretty high up there though, too.
Well, you always say like, this is the craziest story I've ever heard. And I always make fun of you about it. And then you get mad at me. So I'm not going to say anything about it because that would be crazy for me to say anything.
That would be crazy.
But I have a couple other people that we could probably say that could be a good running for piece of shit of the year.
All right. So who are we throwing in the ring? Who's our match?
So there's a couple that just got found in New Jersey. They are being right now accused of holding their teen captive for 7 years.
Their own child?
Their own child. So a couple from Glasgow Township, New Jersey, allegedly kept their teen captive and abused her for 7 years before she escaped in what authorities are describing as a despicable and heartbreaking case. So Brenda Spencer, 38, and Brandon Mosley, 41, were arrested over the weekend, days after the victim, Spencer's daughter, escaped from their home. It's a little context. Okay. So she's 18 now, hasn't been seen since she was 11.
Oh, I thought she was going to be like 30.
No, she escaped from the house. Well, that's because you remember we talked about that guy that was found in Massachusetts that was like 33 or whatever, that his stepmom kept him forever. That's why I thought this story was so crazy, because I'm like, fuck, I feel like we just heard something.
We did just talk about something crazy like this.
Gets out of the house, runs to the neighbor's house, and then the neighbor's like, oh, I haven't seen you in 7 years. And then he calls the cops and they get arrested. So apparently she was told the police that they kept her in a dog crate at times, like wouldn't feed her.
Did she at least get a water bowl?
It says the victim was forced to live in a dog crate for approximately 1 year and was only let out periodically. She told police she was later held in a padlocked bathroom while being chained and was only let out when other family visited. At times, she was forced to live in a room only with her bucket for a bathroom. The room was equipped with an alarm system for that Spencer and Mosley described as the victim's stepfather if they leave. So the alarm would go off if she ever tried to leave the room. And the neighbor...
No, I don't like it.
The neighbor was like, oh, yeah, I haven't seen her for like 7 years. And also... So she was pulled out of school And then when brought up to the authorities, then they're like, yeah, they just decided to pull her from school, and then that was it. So,
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing that we talked about when we were covering that one in Massachusetts. It was like no one like realized that like all of a sudden someone's just gone. I mean, I guess if you pull a kid from school, they assume you move or something like that. Maybe I don't know. I just don't know how these things just like fall through the cracks like that. Okay, so this is like how
this is
when
only
did this
one
happen?
month after the man in Waterbury, Connecticut.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Just finding
Okay. So
people.
like
Things happen in threes too.
okay. So they're 31 or 38 and 41.
They're 38 and 41, correct?
Okay, and this girl is 18 now. She's been in there for 7 years, like since she was like 11. That's fucking awful.
I cannot believe that two stories have resurfaced like so close to each other with the same
This
shit.
one's all like sexual stuff too. Are they?
Doesn't look like there's any of that. And I don't think there was that one in for.
And what are they doing?
They just fucking hated this kid apparently, and then
Well, just adopt it. Give it up. Leave it somewhere.
You know,
it's
I don't
11.
like the way you're wording this. If you're not raping a thing, get rid of it.
That's not what I said.
That's what it sounded like to me. Jesus Christ.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Have a fucking heart, you pervert. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't want people to hate you. Quit looking over there. You don't care about them.
No, yeah. Anything else on this?
No, that's all I got.
We don't have any, no charges, or they've been charged, but they're no court yet.
Been arrested, yeah. Well, from there, so did you hear?
No, I did hear. I did hear, but I don't know much about this story.
Speaking of other wild stuff, did you hear that they are taking the Annabelle doll on tour this summer?
I heard about it, and I think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's good.
Terrible fucking idea.
I don't totally understand. Like, what is the reason for it?
So the guy, I don't know his whole name, but his name's Tony.
Yeah,
and he is saying the reason why it's Tony. Because there's a lot of people that are into the paranormal quite a bit, and so he's bringing it around that way. He can spread the word about how bad these dolls are. He fucking wants money. He wants money. He wants money.
Yeah, for sure.
And
also, though, seeing is believing.
Yeah. The last thing Elizabeth Warren said was, do not move this doll. So far, it's been to West Virginia. It was just down in New Orleans.
Well, this is happening already.
It's happening as we speak.
I thought this was a planned thing. I didn't know it's like legitimately already going on.
San Antonio.
Okay.
Next month. And the next place is Gettysburg.
Folks, make sure you get your tickets. You can get them at Annabelle Doll Tour.
It's called like The Devil in the Run, or let me look it up.
No.
Can you look it up real quick?
You keep talking. I'm looking it up.
Yeah. So part of me wants to go because it's only like 5 hours away from where I'm at on the shore. Part of me is like, don't fuck with this. Like supposedly this is the most haunted. No, Robert's the most haunted doll. Robert, please.
Devil's on the Run tour.
Robert, please let me talk about you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Please do not give me bad life. I respect
do one of
you
these.
and I love you.
Do one of these, dude.
You're the man, dog. Robert, you're the man.
Yeah, Robert, you're dope, dude. We like you.
But the second most possessed doll is Annabelle.
Can't believe that they moved it. It's literally like the one thing.
So this also could be like publicity stunt for the new movie, because the new Conjuring movie comes out. I'd fucking hope not. What if it's a fake doll?
It's not the real one.
What if it's a fake one?
It's a fake doll.
We're fucking with you.
Okay.
Because they closed the museum, the Ed and Lorraine Warren Museum, because they're like, no, we shouldn't be charging money for this.
Fair.
Cue in Zach Bagans, and he's like, give it all to me. I'll charge everyone for this. Yeah, this is fucking wild to me, but maybe something crazy will happen from it. Yeah, here we go.
Here we are, Annabelle on the Run, dude.
Annabelle, Devil on the Run. I just like
it's think like a ridiculous title.
Does it make a movie where she someone breaks, falls, and hits the glass and just spirals out, and then she becomes that person becomes possessed, opens the glass, goes back to the doll. Doll starts possessing people again. Devil on the Run.
All over again.
The last Annabelle movie.
I like it. I think it makes sense to me.
Well, let's hope that's what they're doing and not actually having the actual Annabelle doll on tour.
I think they are, though.
I think they are too, and I think
I think that's what they're doing. Yep. You're gonna go see it?
I think I want to. I'm not going. I won't.
I don't know.
Yeah, me either.
I'd go for sure. If it was coming near me, I'd go see it.
Well, should we talk about what we've been watching?
Yeah. Give me just a sec. Anyways, we have talked about a lot of fucked up shit. I think that your couple may be in the running for biggest piece of shit, but I still think I got you on this one.
Yeah. We already. Ooh, I gotta move
Although
that.
they did keep someone caged for 7 years.
Their own kid.
That's a tough one to beat. Yeah, that's tough to beat.
Yeah, we already changed. We started talking about Annabelle already, though.
Yeah, I know, but like Annabelle, like I don't think that guy's that big of a piece of shit. Like
No,
maybe
I don't
he's
think
looking
so
for a little bit
either.
of money, but
But you're just going
I don't
back
think
to the
he falls
fact.
into the running.
No, me neither. I just think it's crazy.
Oh, it's fucking nuts. Keep that doll locked up.
Yes.
It's like, hey, we're gonna take Charlie Manson on the road.
So, can you tell me? And this is going off script because I don't remember where you tied this in on. But
Yep.
you right before we started this, you showed me a message saying that I could potentially try out to be on the new Camp
Yeah,
Crystal Lake. Correct?
dude, the Camp Crystal Lake. So pretty much like the Friday the 13th like TV series that's coming out it's running in New Jersey.
So
They're casting right now. You are there. We were just talking about last episode how like with all this Diddy stuff going on, there's going to be a lot of people that are in trouble in Hollywood. This is your chance for a break, dude. You can really do it.
unfortunately, I was waiting for you for a little bit. You had to change. You're having some internet issues, and I had to change scenery. So I looked this up, and they're looking for young people. I was like, yeah,
that's you.
I could pass for that. They're looking for high school kids. I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. But they're also looking for men with longish, shaggy hair.
Yeah, you got long-ish, shaggy hair.
But then they said no visible tattoos.
I guess you're wearing a long sleeve.
Yeah, and you can also, so you have to send them your acting portfolio.
You're just going to send them our episodes?
No, I'm going to, what if I just sent pictures of myself?
Let's put together a reel, dude. We're going to do a fucking, I don't know what they call it in like show business, but like, we're going to put you together an acting portfolio. I think we should do this.
You have to send height, weight, build, and size of
6'5", 210.
Well, I thought I'd you have to send pictures, so I thought I would just emphasize the fact that I've gotten fat by holding it.
You're gonna make the donut.
By
I got an everything bagel going on down here. Leave me alone.
Look at these; they weren't here before.
You want these puppies?
You know who runs real slow? Fat old guys
who can't see.
But then I thought, it's a prequel, so it's not going to be about Jason. It's going to be about Jason's mom. So maybe I can.
Now, I know that, I remember Pamela Voorhees from the original, but was she hot?
She's old. She's like a grandma.
Yeah, but, how old is she in the movie?
She's, played by in the new movie or what?
Well, that's definitely a part of it, for sure.
The prequel is, played by the girl that played Velma in the Scooby-Doo movies.
Dude, they're gonna fucking
Linda Cardellini.
Cardellini, yeah.
She's a fox, though.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's
interesting. Okay, so you're gonna be in a movie, dude. That's a great place to plug our show.
Attitude, I'm gonna be in Jersey. The older thing, I do have to lie to them and tell them that I'm from the Jersey area.
But you can't. Who's moving to Jersey for a role, dude?
Just leave that out?
I guess I don't know.
Or do you think I have to act like I'm from New Jersey so good that they're like, you know what? You convinced me you're from Jersey, and they hire me to be in this show.
Where is Camp Crystal Lake?
I don't know. In a fake make-believe world?
It's not make-believe, dude. All of this happened.
Not in real life. I don't think Jason actually went to space. I think they made that part up.
It says it's supposed to be New Jersey.
It's in Ashbury Park is where they're filming it.
Okay. But no, they're saying that this fictional location was filmed in New Jersey. So there's that. Okay. So they're going back to the source. I do kind of like that.
We're stalling at this point. We're really bullshitting.
All right. Jamie, what'd you watch?
I watched Tom Segura came out with a horror comedy series on Netflix.
Yeah, I didn't even know this. What was it called?
Bad Thoughts.
Bad Thoughts.
And is 6 episodes. They're roughly 20 minutes long, and they're little skits right straight out of Tom Segura's brain.
Do they involve burying bodies in South Texas?
Holy fuck. My first original thought was joking with my girlfriend. I was like, I used to joke about thinking that Tom Segura was the Rainy Street Killer or the
Yeah,
Rainy
we've
Street
talked about this.
Wrangler.
Uh-huh.
After watching this, I'm like,
He
yeah,
probably did it. Is that good and that fucked up?
yeah, it's pretty fucked up. It's very,
Okay.
very sex driven. Everything
See?
is
Yeah.
very wieners and balls, dicks, and murder.
But to give him credit, because I know that we've talked about this, that he like gets shit for watching so much like true crime, like
Mhm.
documentaries and TV shows and stuff like that. But like it is a lot of the motivation for a lot of these like super fucked up serial killers and stuff like that is like sexual drive and like impotence and stuff like that. Pretty much
Huh?
like it's
Yeah,
just mostly about your dick. So like if that's what this show is about, he's kind of nailing it. Is it from personal experience?
I don't know. So he does have a good. There's a couple parts where he clearly mocks Garth Brooks, which is pretty good.
No way. Really?
Yeah, he makes like a fictitious like cowboy singer that like
It was a killer.
who hides all these people in a fake town, and he like chains them up and makes them like he performs for them so he can write new songs. That was
I
probably
have to go check it out, dude.
you should.
I have to check it out.
It's not
All
long. It
right.
took me. It's probably like 3 hours to watch the whole
Yeah, you
thing.
burned through the whole thing in a couple
Yeah,
hours.
we were done with it by the first night. It
Damn
was
near.
you're just like I can't take my eyes off of it. And wait till you watch the gym scene, the gym one on the last episode.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like JIM or GYM?
GY
Okay.
talking.
All right. Well, that sounds absolutely hilarious, but also super fucked up
It's
because.
very fucked up. Very fucked up.
Okay.
Where I was like, Tom, I was in your corner. I'm like, yeah, right. But he never denies it. That's what we're saying. I know he makes, and then like
He
this is
does make the
straight.
jokes. Okay, so you're saying everyone should go watch it. You're not saying a pass.
No,
Not
I say watch
everyone,
it.
but people that want to see horror should go watch it.
Yeah, don't like watch this with your like family. Don't have your like
Really? So it's like
mom or
it's
grandma watch
fucking
it.
weird,
Yeah, like
almost perverted.
yeah, like I wouldn't put anyone in that room that wasn't like intimately close to me. Like we watched it like in the room away from everyone, and we're like, this is
Wait, where did you watch it?
in our.
Oh, I thought you meant like on your travels. I remember you were down in Texas for a bit, and I was like,
Oh
did you
no, we
watch it
watched.
down there?
No, we
Okay.
watched it here. It just came out last Tuesday.
Make sure your doors are closed. Don't watch it with other people right next door.
Mhm.
That kind of thing.
Yes,
Don't ruin a family dinner by watching it loudly on your computer.
exactly.
Okay, love that. Speaking of like really weird and like sexually driven shit, yeah, I know you've talked about it a lot because we've discussed how uh, IPs or like the rights to all of these Disney movies have been released recently.
Hmm.
And I did get to watch Ugly Stepsister. Did you get to watch
Yep.
this yet?
I haven't watched it yet. Well, we talked
Okay,
about it
so
before already.
I
We talked.
know
We
it's
talked about
definitely the
it
Cinderella
episodes ago.
retelling.
Yeah. So
Yep,
no, I was excited. I know that it hit Shutter a couple
yep,
weeks ago. So
exactly. So
dude,
Shutter,
tell
Amazon
me
Prime, if you have the
the combo.
what's up?
If you have the combo,
Yeah, yep. It's probably the best money I've spent in quite a while. So
it's on Shutter. It's
AMC Plus, Shutter, Amazon Prime
yes.
tie-in. Anyways, this movie was like not exactly what I expected. When you were telling me that it was like Cinderella, but like fucked up and brutally violent, I
Hmm.
thought that it was going to be, and I'm not going to go like too much into spoilers, but it is not what I expected was Cinderella like fucking up everyone. And that's not the case here. It's almost the story told from the like exactly what it sounds like the ugly stepsisters part, where like Cinderella is actually really pretty and beautiful and the stepsisters are trying so hard to like make themselves be worthy of this prince. I think that this movie, how I would describe it, it is like, you saw The Substance, you've seen The Witch, correct? Robert Eggers' The Witch, like the
No,
New England,
no,
like it's
I
pretty much like
still.
about like the Salem witch trials kind of.
Yes, it's on my list to watch for sure. I just haven't.
Anyways, it's like mashing those two, like the feel of it is kind of how I get from this, where
Ooh,
it's
so
like
you like it?
it's this gross body horror kind of movie, but it's set in like this period piece structure. So yeah, think of like The Substance meets The Witch as far as like how this movie feels. It's obviously not as good as The Substance or The Witch, because I think that those are like maybe both in the top 10 of my horror movies ever. But the feeling is like if you combined those two into the same movie. It's a unique perspective. And while it is like this like period piece where like it feels, you know, around the Cinderella time where there's princes and kings and like lords and all this stuff. And I'm guessing it takes place like maybe mid 1800s, early to mid 1800s. There is this like aspect of it that feels super relevant today as far as like body modification and how much like specifically women like pressure is placed on them to look beautiful kind of thing. It's a gritty movie, I would say. There's definitely some gross scenes.
Like,
Speaking of like weird sex scenes, there's definitely a part where like you get like full like back shot view and then also like full dick in a scene that is like, I don't know. The perspective on it is like the whole size of the screen. So it's a little bit tough to tell because you can't.
You're not allowed to show hard dick, dude. That's like,
It's
like
hard. Yeah.
It's like an NC-7.
I don't know. I don't know what the rating is, but there's one scene that was like, whoa, okay, that caught me by a lot of surprise. I didn't see that going there. But anyways, the movie was actually quite good. There's a reason why I debuted at Sundance and did pretty well there. But yeah, cool nuanced view at Cinderella. And I know that we've talked about it before, and I just wanted to give my thoughts on it.
Well, that's
Definitely check it out. But like Jamie said, watch it with people you're close with, because if you don't, it's going to be really fucking weird.
Yeah, so don't watch it with your mother-in-laws or your parents.
Yeah, none of that.
Kids, don't invite the kids over.
Okay. Yeah, like one or two people maybe you're close with. I wouldn't expand it more than that because it's just going to make everyone awkward.
Just watch it.
Yep. Yeah, definitely just watch it.
We're trolling.
Yep. All right. Yeah. We got some trailers to talk about, kind of stuff. What do you got, dude?
So, obviously, I went and saw Final Destination because it's out. Mm-hmm. The only trailer that I hadn't seen before, which I've heard about, was I Know What You Did Last Summer. And I'm like, fuck, here we go again. But this trailer like kind of gave me some hope to it. Have you seen the trailer?
No, I missed the trailer. I like walked in pretty much like as the trailers were closing.
Okay.
And what we'll talk about later.
Well, so it looks like every other I Know What You Did Last Summer, where, you know, there's the teens, they're all hanging out, and then all of a sudden you see the big old hook, you see the big cape, and then is it a cleaver? It's a hook and a chain.
Yeah. Then, like, does it start? I have a quick question. Does it start with Typo Negative's Summer Breeze cover again?
I don't remember.
Okay. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then just move right along.
No, it cues into like the town like talking about this, and they're like, "Oh, this is crazy." Then you hear this has happened before. Like, go back to the back of this crowd, and it's like Freddie Prinze Jr. comes out, all old and gray.
He's in it,
and he's like, "This has happened to us.
We've been here
before. We know how to do it." And then it cuts to a few other scenes, and then like it goes to where they go and they grab this lady. It's like, "We need your help," and it turns around and it's Jennifer Love Hewitt, and she's like, I don't remember what she said. So this sounds like it's going to be a tie-in from the original.
I Know What I Did 30 Summers Ago.
Yeah, well, you know, like they're hitting all the nostalgia buttons.
Mm-hmm.
So people like you and I are like, oh yeah, like we're gonna watch it anyways. But it got me excited. I was like, okay, because I was not like, here's another one.
Yep.
Wait, this might be good.
Yeah, I think that like as much as we like rip on it, like the nostalgia piece is like such a good marketing sense or like marketing piece in its own right. That like, and especially like if it's like something that has like had enough time to like be passed on, right? Like we're talking damn near 30 years since the first I Know What You Did Last Summer came out. I'd love to see it, another new one. It's not like it's like 2 years or something like that.
And also, horror's back, dude.
It is. No, for
horror's
sure.
Back. Who's your friend?
Don't know. No idea.
Are they still eating in there?
No, I'm outside now. I don't even know if they're in there still.
Well, what do you got? What did you see? Any trailers that
So-
you're excited about?
No, but what I was actually bummed about is that I did not get a chance to see Clown in the Cornfield because the Steamboat Movie Theater pushed it out as soon as Final Destination came in. And so
it's in the Steamboat Theater right now?
it was, and then immediately, it was literally there for like 3 days, and then it got pushed out. But I have seen nothing but good reviews on this movie, and I just like saw a trailer. It looks spooky. It looks fun. If you have the chance to go check it out, I definitely would.
Well, I think you can rent it now. Like,
Oh, is it on streaming too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's been out for like a month. See, and I've heard only bad things about it.
Oh, really? See,
I
maybe
heard
I'm just
not
like,
to go.
no, I just heard it was released on May 9th, which is like
A week and a half ago.
damn near 10 days ago.
Quit stealing my word, dude. That's mine.
Well, it's your word, so I'm just like incorporating it. It's technically our word now. So it's a part of the show. Okay, so it's a Shudder original as well, so it's probably available on Shudder.
Yeah.
Anyways, Colin Cornfield, I saw a trailer of it. It looked silly. It looked stupid. And from the reviews that I saw, were a lot of people saying like it's supposed to be stupid, and that's why it's good, right?
I love
Like
that.
it's
This
silly,
is
it's
This is
goofy.
right up your alley.
It is 100% right up my alley, which is gonna kind of lead us into kind of the close on this and the teaser for our next episode. I am a huge fan of horror that doesn't take itself too seriously, that just like loves having fun with the genre, and I think that this Clown in the Cornfield is like a perfect example of that. What else is a perfect example of that? Is Final Destination. The
Sorry,
whole franchise.
I kind of ruined your thunder there because I was like, I
No.
went and saw it.
Oh, yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Okay.
I don't even give a heck about it, dude.
Neither.
Anyways, that's our next episode. So we're going to be covering the Final Destination franchise from the original release in 2000 all the way to we just both went and saw Final Destination Bloodlines. That's why I didn't get to see Clown in the Cornfield, because it pretty much kicked it out of the theaters. We're going to cover the progression of the franchise. We're going to rank not just the movies, but also the deaths and how cool and sick all of it was. And that's on the next episode of Drunk and Demonic.
What? That sounds phenomenal, Pete.
That's what we're doing, dude.
I'm excited. I'm excited if you're excited, dude. Well,
I'm heckin' excited, dude.
We said tune in exactly a week from when you see this.
Yep.
Or maybe you watch them back to back.
Yep.
Where we cover exactly what Peter said.
I hope I'm
Or
not
we
sitting
say,
here for next
please,
week's episode.
Maybe go back to the office. You're right. So thank you so much for listening. If you have a chance to like, subscribe, and comment on our YouTube, on our Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you hear it. And then tell all your friends, please. Hey, you know what? These guys are idiots, but there are idiots. So I'm going to hand you off to Peter because he has our great catchphrase.
All right, folks. As always, stay weird, stay wicked, stay wasted. Thanks for listening.